Hi, my name is Thierry Gibraltar, and in today's video I'm going to talk about why you would choose Fujifilm for your next or first camera. What camera system should you get into when you start taking videos or photographs? I asked myself the same question about a year ago. I decided to start videography and photography, and I investigated several camera makers, right? Sony, Nikon, Canon, etc. But I decided to choose Fujifilm. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you the reason why I make this choice and maybe why you should or you should not make this choice for yourself. So reason number one, if you're looking for a system that you can bring anywhere, you should definitely look into the Fujifilm cameras. Fujifilm cameras are really compact, not only the cameras but also the lenses. And the reason why they are so compact is because, well, they are crop sensors system, right? So the body stays compact, the sensor is smaller, the body itself is smaller, but also the lenses that you have access to with the Fujifilm system are way smaller than the equivalent that you can get into Nikon or Sony or Canon equivalent for a full frame system. Well, nowadays, of course, they're getting into the mirrorless crop sensor market, but their gamut of lenses is way smaller than what the Fujifilm can provide. So the first reason I would say is, yeah, a compact system. If you're into street photography, if you're into travel photography, I think this is a plus for those type of users, right? Because you can bring your gear everywhere without feeling that burden that you could have with like huge lenses that come with the full frame system, right? So going with the crop sensor like the Fujifilm X system allows you to do that. So that's for the reason number one. Reason number two, glass quality. Fujifilm's lenses are really good quality, right? What you can see for other manufacturers when they release a kit lens, so a lens that would come with your camera, is that you would get basically low price but for really low quality, right? Fujifilm doesn't go into that kind of strategy and market. They actually release lenses that are really good quality with really good quality control, so there is no big variance between each lens that you buy. So one lens could provide great result whereas another lens, which is the same model, right, would provide poor quality. So the quality control is great. The level of the lenses for different type of focal length. For example, I don't know, I own the 23mm f2's great lens, great build quality, the XF obviously. If you go into the 35mm, the 200mm, the 50mm, in my opinion, provide great quality. So if you're looking for glass that you will buy and that will last you for a long time, I think that Fujifilm glass is something that you should invest into. So when you're looking into a camera system, in my opinion, you should pay attention more to the glass than the body, right? Because the body itself is renewed every, I would say, couple of years, right? If you're looking at the XT1, XT2, XT3, XT4, and then you have like the XT200, XT300, X Pro 3, etc. You have a lot of bodies, for example, for the X mount system of Fujifilm. But the lenses, I think they started in 2012. So the lenses are not renewed that much, right? When camera manufacturers release their lenses, they are meant to be kept for a long period of time. So if you are looking into a camera manufacturer right now, you should make sure to look into the lenses to which you have access to. And in my opinion, Fujifilm give you a great lineup of lenses that offer great quality, great build quality, great image quality, and also great feel. And that brings me to my next point actually, which is the analog feel of the Fujifilm system. Because you have so many dials, right, to control everything that you want to do while you're shooting images and videos, it gives you that analog feels, right? You can control the aperture, the shutter speed, and the ISO using a dial. And some people actually do not like this, but for me, and if that's what you're looking for me, I think that's great because I can just keep my hand on the camera, having one hand changing the shutter speed, another hand changing the ISO, and then moving that hand to change the aperture. I can change everything even if my camera is not on. So for example, if you're doing street photography, you don't even have your camera on, right? But you know where you are at the moment, and you can think, okay, right now I'm somewhere with really low light, so I need to bump a bit my ISO, reduce my shutter speed, and maximize my aperture, right? So you can do this without having your camera on. And that for me is a really great plus because you can prepare your settings for whatever you're going to shoot way ahead of time, thinking about it. So you can compose the actual image that you're going to shoot way before you're even turning your camera on. So you can think about it. And that for me is a really plus. And well, let's face it, I think the look of the camera is also really important. Because you have those different dials, and also that I mentioned before, but also the exposure composition dial, you have this camera that looks kind of vintage, looks really cool actually in your hands. And when I decided, when I wanted to decide for a different type of camera system, I went for the Fujifilm for that exact reason, because I actually love the way it felt, right? I took the camera on, I switched the different settings in hand, and I was like, wow, that's actually, it feels vintage, it feels cool. It makes me want to shoot basically. So I think that's a really important point that people underestimate, that Fujifilm makes you want to, sorry, my notes just dropped. So, Fujifilm makes you basically want to use your gear, and that's actually one extremely important point. Reason number 4, the colors that you get from Fujifilm. So I don't know if you shoot RAW or with some JPEG, but if you shoot with JPEG, the images that you get straight out of the camera are already great. Fujifilm historically were producing films, right? For back in the days where you were shooting cameras with film. So they actually have ported their knowledge and their technology from the film environment to the digital environment to their new cameras, right? So they already have this expertise of colors and film, and they port it to their digital camera. So whenever you shoot with a JPEG, because, well, I don't know, you want just to have like images that you want to export directly out of your camera, the images that you get are already really beautiful. Just check out right now, I guess I will be showing you some images straight out of the camera with some film simulation. But the film simulation that you get out of Fujifilms are amazing and praised by a lot of people, right? So if you're looking for a simple and a straightforward way to take pictures and have great results, I think that Fujifilm can provide you that. So it can save you a lot of times, and it can allows you to have great images out of the camera directly, without any edit or minimal edit. And my final reason, I would say, so the reason number 5, is the support that you get from Fujifilm and the community. So there's several groups on Facebook that I am actually a part of, and well, shout out to those guys, right? Because I often ask some questions there, or we actually get into some discussions with those people. And so you have like an actual community of Fujifilm shooters, right? Whether it is on Instagram, on Facebook, or on other social medias. And you can always ask questions. So the community is really strong and really trying to help people out. I think that's for me a strong point, because when you get into photography, there are many questions that you have that of course you can learn and Google and learn by yourself, right? But having access to people that went through the same struggle as you did, and that are ready to answer your question whenever you ask them, I think that's a really plus for me. That's something that I have experienced that I did not know at the time when I bought my camera, but now I'm glad that I made a choice for that particular reason. Because you have a community that's strong, numerous, you have a lot of people actually in those groups, and they are ready to help you. Also the support that you get from Fujifilm, whether it is for maintenance, whether it is for, I don't know, whatever problem you have. So personally, I never had any problem with my gear so far, and well, I hope it's gonna be, it's gonna keep that way, right? I never had any problem that so far, and but whenever I want to do maintenance or whatever on my camera, for example, last time I had some dust stuck on my sensor, right? I contacted Fujifilm, and they were really, how to say, really helpful in the way that they treated and helped me with the maintenance, but also they were really quick in handling this process, right? I've heard also from many people owning Fujifilm camera who had actually like some minor issues, that Fujifilm as a company was really helpful for them. But not only for maintenance and support. When it comes to releasing new cameras in general, they actually listen to the community. If the community complain about some specific points, you will see in new firmware release or in new model release, actual features that will be implemented directly taken from the community. And that's something that I think is really important, right? Because they listen to their customer and they listen to the community that is buying their product. So I think that this is also a really important reason why, if you're looking for a camera system to invest into, you would invest into Fujifilm. So I hope that this video was helpful to you to make a choice for investing into a camera system. And well, let me know if you have any other questions when it comes to Fujifilm gear. By no means, I'm no expert yet. As I say, I'm an aspiring videographer and photographer based in Tokyo, Japan. I'm still learning, but I would be happy to help you make your choice. And maybe Fujifilm gear is not for you, maybe it's for you, but I just hope that this video will help you make your decision. So let me know in the comments why, if you own a Fujifilm camera, why you made this choice, and also if you're looking into well, investing into a camera system right now, what you're looking into, what are the questions you have. And I hope that this video was helpful and that you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider to leave a comment too, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time for a new video. And yeah, have a nice day and night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.